Life is about choices. Some are more important than others. But the truth is, our journey through life allows us to make better choices with each passing day. It helps when you're surrounded by those who can make a positive difference in your life. It helps when you have family that care about you and are there for you no matter what comes your way. We cannot promise a life free of problems, and we certainly can't promise you that you won't face challenges. What we can promise you is that no matter what, your COB family will be there for you every step of the way.
City of Bridgetown, Cooperative Credit Union, measuring success, one member at a time.
A very pleasant good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Talking Bssac, the pre-finals show. Joining me, our regular analysts, Ian Webster, Perry Barnett. And this afternoon, gentlemen, we'll be taking a look at what BSAC finals will be promising us over the next 2 days.
Yep, absolutely. We had some events today, some finals contested today, and those points, of course, will be going forward to the respective teams to, help their cause toward that championship.
And of course, we will be taking a look at those points shortly. Perry, today, as you heard, we had some finals contested, the 3,000 meters, the 5,000 meters. We also had the triple jumps, 3 triple jumps, and the 400-meter preliminaries.
Yes, and we had a record being broken, a BSAC record, and I would have loved to see how that young lady attacked that record. Also, the script didn't follow as it was supposed to for the under 20 boys triple jump, but nonetheless, it was exciting all the way.
Yes, so we'll get to delve into each one of those events shortly. But also joining us, Ian and Perry, will be some of the key players from some of the key schools.
Yep.
From the St. Michael's School, we will have Gabriel Burnett from the Combermere School, who are the defending boys and girls champions. Michael Small will also be joined by Orlando Walks from the Allen School. And of course, we've seen how the Allen School has moved steadily from 6th place to 4th place to 3rd place overall in the standings. Hopefully, we'll have Clifton Phillips of the Lodge School to join us as well.
Absolutely.
And also, we may have a guest from the United States, but we're holding to see if he can make it. He told me that he's also doing some coaching himself. Ronald Boyce.
Oh, Boyce.
Yes, he's an old Cormerian, so I believe he will be excited to come on board. But let us delve into the points first of all, gentlemen. So these are the current point standings counting in the finals contested today. So there are 3 schools tied with 1 point each in 17th position. Graydon Sealy, Alexandra, and Parkinson. And these are the points for the girls. 16th place is Darrell Jordan on 2 points. In 15th, Lester Vaughan on 3 points. Dighton Griffith and Ellerslie tied 5 points. Springer Memorial, they are on 15 points. Christchurch Foundation, 19 points. Coleridge and Parry 20, Grantley Adams 21, St. George 26, The Lodge School 28, Princess Margaret 29, Queen's College 39, Combermere 41, Harrison College 54, the St. Michael's School 59, and the Allen School on 60.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is the current situation with the females.
Yes.
Now, Ian and Perry, let's look at the points scored today. The points scored today. So, the St. Michael's School scored 18 points today.
That puts them on 17.
No.
Okay.
Those 18 points
18
moved
points
them.
moved them to 59.
Yes,
Yeah, correct.
right. Harrison College scored 20 points today. Combermere scored 13 points. Christchurch Foundation scored 7 points. Okay? The Allen School did not move. They came in with 60 points. They did not score any points at all today over the 3,000 meters and the triple jump. No points. But you will recognize that the schools that we've been talking about, and we're going to talk about them,
Yes.
who will be factoring for the championship, they are gradually getting points.
Correct.
Let's look at the 3,000 meters. Ian,
Yeah.
that 3,000 meter event today, Layla McIntyre, the winner with a record-breaking performance, 10 minutes 34.32 seconds,
Yeah.
and Fraser of Harrison College finishing in third. So that gave Harrison College 16 points.
Yes.
16 points. And then we had Lachey Wilkinson of Princess Margaret. She was second, so she was kind of like a little spoiler in
Yes.
there. Now, the three schools that we will be looking at for the championship in the girls. What are the three you have, Ian?
The three that I have, Combermere, the Alling School potentially, and of course, the St. Michael School.
Okay.
Those are my three.
What are your three, Perry?
Well, I'm going to flip the script a little. I have at least four. I am saying there's going to be a two-way tie at the top, a two-way run at the top.
Between?
And between the Commerce School, St. Michael School.
Okay, Combermere, St.
And then
Michael.
for third, there's going to be a ding-dong battle between the Allen School and Christchurch Foundation.
Okay, great. And if we look at this first race, the 3,000 meters. So Christchurch Foundations placed 7th and 8th. The St. Michael School placed 5th and 6th.
Yes.
Combermere placed 4th. Harrison College was 1st and 3rd, but none of us have been talking about Harrison College to even be in the top 4 in the girls.
And we should, because in their zone, I believe they would have finished second. So they can potentially factor as well. Maybe in that top 4.
Okay, great. So that 3,000 meters, as you heard, Layla McIntyre from Harrison College, a record-breaking performance, 10 minutes, 34.32. Kudos to her. The next female event, before we get started with our guests, the triple jump for girls open. The winner there was Denisha Ford of the Lodge School. Perry, I think you weren't expecting that result, were you?
No, but again, it comes down to competition under pressure. I think Denisha Ford really showed her mettle, and she rose above the rest. Because if I did not have Denisha Ford, I didn't have Law School in the top 3, honestly, to be quite honest. But I really admire the fact that the young lady was able to really step up to the challenge. And she got the gold medal. She got 10 points for her school and herself.
Okay, so that was the 11.12 meter performance from Denisha Ford. Now, let's look back at those schools we're talking about all the time. Combermere scored 8 points.
Yes.
Second place, 8 points. The St. Michael School, 2 competitors in there again.
Third and fourth.
Third and fourth. That's 11 points
points.
going to the St. Michael School.
Yeah.
Christchurch Foundation in 5th. Harrison College in 6th and 8th position.
Yeah.
So they got just a few points
4 points in there.
Excellent. So those were the only points distributed today in the girls' competition.
Yeah.
Now, you know, tomorrow and Friday, we'll have the 1, the 2, the 4, the 8, the 15, the 4x1 relay in 4 divisions, 4x4 open, the long jump in every division, the high jump
yeah.
in every division. So, with all of those points to be collected, I think this is a good time to bring in our guests. Again, we want to say welcome to Gabriel Burnett from the St. Michael School, Michael Small from Combermere, Orlando Walks from the Allen School. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Good evening.
Excellent. So let's start with the defending champions, the Combermere School. Michael Small, tell us, what is the plan for this year?
The plan for this year is to defend the titles as best as we can and to keep improving every year.
Okay, so right now, Combermere is laying in 4th position in the girls with 41 points and 2nd in the boys with 54 points. Talk to us first about the girls, since we just talked about the girls. Who are the bright spots? Who are the ones that we should be looking at to really bring Combermere up to defend their
Well, we would have Keelia Bentham, Akila Herwood, Crystal Bentham, Chinese Brian. But you see, the thing about Bssac, as all of us here know, sometimes there are unknowns that come in. And we
Yes.
have a few surprises up our sleeve, which I will not reveal today. They'll be revealed on the track.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
Okay. I know that Combermere does pretty well in the relays. Talk to us about your relay teams. What are your prospects for your relay teams?
Well, the girls have been outstanding. We took a team to the Relay Fest and they did pretty well there. So we spent a lot of time on baton passing. Mr. Murray is very meticulous when it comes to that there. And just last week, the 4x1 team would have broken the record, which was previously held by my good friend Gabriel Burnett's team.
What age
And
category is that?
that's the under 20 girls,
Under 20 girls. Okay.
right? So I don't know if that record may fall again. But as long as the children do well, as long as we are satisfied that they've given up their best, we are happy enough. I'm not saying that we just want to come and just take up a space at the state at the Usain Bolt. People enter competitions to lose, you enter competitions to win.
Of
And
course.
what happens at the beginning of the competition, you might have a few teams bunched up together, but as the competition goes by, as a friend of mine used to say years ago, the cream always rises to the top. And we expect to be in the top three, possibly the top two. And as I said, we want to defend these titles because there was a lot of talk about doing the double and a lot of pressure was on us because when you've won, everybody is coming for you. So there's a big bullseye on the Coppermere posse back. And we are aware of that and we welcome and relish the challenges that we're going to have over the next couple of days.
Excellent. Of course. Yes, it's always hard when you are a defending champion. People say sometimes it's even harder than the guy
As a
who
matter of
has
fact,
nothing to lose.
as a matter of fact, it's easier to win titles than to defend them, you know.
Yes, you're correct.
true.
You are
You,
correct.
you know,
was gonna
and
say he's
defending
spoken like a true
the
champion.
double crown, a lot is expected of us. But as I said, we have a saying at Combermere, let your performance do the talking.
Lovely.
Nice.
Okay, let's talk now with Gabriel Burnett. Gabriel, of course, the St. Michael's School, doing extremely well over the years, zone champions, etc. Talk to us about your chances. How do you consider the St. Michael's School will do? We're talking about the girls now, and then tell us about some of those who you expect to put on some great performances for the St. Michael's School.
Good evening again. I'm completely honest, we expect to win the girls' title. And Mr. Small and I, we talk, we're good friends. And he knows my goals and I know his goals, right? And he knows that, yes, they're the champions, but we are looking to dethrone them, right?
Lovely.
And we had a conversation this morning and we both agreed that if you're going into a competition, you're going to win, right? And that is the mentality that we have as a school. The entire student body is behind us, so we really are expecting to bring home this title. We're going to give our all to bring it home. If we fall short, it will not be because we did not try and because we did not give the effort. We are putting our all into this. As far as the athletes, we have a very strong under 15 division. We got Sarema James, Rikai, Jada Scott. We got some, and we're all around. Eden Gittins, we got hurdlers, we got quarter milers.
Yes.
When you get to the under 17s, we got Jazara Innes, Leanna Green, Takara Watson, Shania Morley, who was already qualified for Carifta. And then in the under 20s, we got Tanisha Arthur, Rosaria Ballantyne. Right, we got some good girls. Jada Williams, Jazara Hofer, right? So we think we have a pretty balanced team, and the girls are in the right frame of mind, and we're just going to give our best.
Nice.
Excellent. Yes, and I recognize that your team has a lot of depth, and this is across your age categories. Maybe not so much in your under 13s, but your under 15s through to under 20s for sure. You have a lot of depth, and we know that your girls are going to put it all on the track. Mr. Orlando Walks. This is the man from St. Andrew, the Allen School. Yes, Orlando, talk to us about the Allen School's, let me say, movement to these positions where they are actually in contention to win a BSAC championship.
Good night again, everybody. Well, a couple of years ago, we set out on a mission to, at that time we called it to disrupt the established order when it comes to
I
BSAC.
love it.
Because, we've viewed over the years and we've recognized that, there was an established order. And we already know those schools who, were part of that order. So we set out on a little mission to try to disrupt as much as possible that established order. It was all about getting the students to, believe that they, belong to that caliber of athletes. And it has been coming along good so far. We are kind of getting into buy-in. And so the results are showing.
Excellent. So talk to us about the young ladies now that we are on the females, and the Allen School going into tomorrow and Friday are currently leading with 60 points, just one away from the St. Michael's School. But talk to us about some of the bright spots, some of the athletes that we can look out to see putting in some good performances for the school.
Well, we unlike Mr. Burnett, we don't have the wide cross section of athletes, but what we have are a number of young ladies who are willing to fight for their school. But some of the major players would be people like Anaya Nurse, as you would know, Regina Hines.
Yes.
We also have Lemaya London.
Yes.
A lot of our points, as you can tell, were also scored across the field events. And
yes.
therefore, persons like Chloe Lucas and Tazaria Joseph, they also have to, be called in the reckoning.
Okay, lovely. Great. So, gentlemen, the girls' championship, I believe, is going to go down to the wire.
Yes.
You already said who you expect to be down in the bunch.
And
Ian?
let's hear you.
Well, I think I made it clear.
Let's hear you, yes.
Right. I said it a while ago. I think Combermere will end up victorious. The St. Michael's School will give them a run for their money. It's going to be down to the wire. I think Combermere will get the edge. Combermere, the St. Michael's School. I think Allen will get some points in there and will end up in third position, and Christchurch Foundation girls will be able to get up in there for that fourth spot.
What about Harrison College?
Could be fifth.
Fifth.
Could
I
be fifth.
have them fifth.
You have them
Yes, that is what I'm looking at. That's what I'm seeing.
Yes, I have them fifth.
But of course, as you guys have been telling me all along, things happen. Of course, we know things happen.
Yeah.
But let us say the best case scenario.
Right.
That will be it.
That's fair.
Yes. The boys now. Today, the boys were doing some work. We had the 5,000 meters for boys.
Yeah.
We also had 2 triple jumps on the 17s and on the 20s. So 3 events for the boys. Let's look at the 5,000 meters first. Again, the McIntyres had some hardware to take home.
Yes.
Luke McIntyre was the winner of the 5,000 meters. So he gave Harrison College 10 points, and then they scored 6 points, compliments of Zenzele Rennick Williams. He was third. Again, we had a spoiler from St. George Secondary.
Yes.
LeBron Hornsmall, remember him from the zone?
He was quality.
Yes. Alexandra in there for 4th. Then the St. Leonard's boys 5th. Lodge in 6th. Ellerslie in 7th. And St. Leonard's again getting 1 point for 8th place. So that was the 5,000 meters. Combermere did not factor in that boys' 5,000 meters. The St. Michael's School, they did not factor in there as well. Christchurch Foundation boys, they were not a factor in there. So I think when we start seeing these things happening, where some of the schools that we are thinking about being up in there not factoring. However, not to worry, because when it comes to the sprints, especially the 1, 2, and 4, you're going to see a different story emerging.
Yeah.
So that was it for the 5,000 meters. And then let's have a look at the triple jump, the under 17 boys triple jump. That winner there was Jazer Best of Queens College.
Yes.
So that was 10 points going to QC. Combamere, they earned double points, a 3rd and a 7th. Harrison College, they earned a 4th place. The Lodge School earning a 6th place. The St. Michael's School, a 5th. Christchurch Foundation, a 8th place. So again, a good mixture of points for the under 17 boys. The under 20 boys, Perry, I'll let you talk about this because I know you were
script,
sweet on it.
Yeah, the script was based on what happened last year. And these 3 boys were going helter skelter in these events. Aaron Messiah, Jules Ogaro, and the youngster from the law school who finished outside of the points, actually, Nathan King. He looked really good last year. However, he was replaced by Malik Amy of the law school. So I had honestly Messiah, Ogaro, and King in the top 3 in this triple jump, on the 20-boy triple jump. That opens now Pandora's box for some changes in the points.
Well, when we look at the points, though, the reality is that Christchurch Foundation got a 3rd and a 5th, so that would be 6 and 4, 10 points that they earned. Harrison College had a 2nd. Compliments of Jules O'Garo, so that's 8 points. The St. Michael's School got their 10 points for winning the event. Combamere got a 4th place, so that's 5 points going to Combamere there in that event. Wickham of Princess Margaret, again, just getting in there and getting a couple of points for Princess Margaret. 3 points. Yes, 3 points going to him there. So when we look at the
points tally.
Yes.
We didn't look at the points
yes.
tally.
So let's look at the points tally for the boys. Ian.
So 16th is Dylan Griffith with 2 points. There's a 3-way tie for 13th position. They each have 16 points. Those schools are Darrell Jordan, the Lodge School, Princess Margaret Secondary. And then we have another 3-way tie for 10th position. And in 10th, with 17 points each, will be Christchurch Foundation, the Alexandra School, and the Ellerslie School. And that brings us in then to the top 9. So in 9th is St. George Secondary. They have amassed 21 points. In 8th, Coleridge and Parry, 30. In 7th, St. Leonard's Boys, 32. In 6th, Harrison College, 34. There's a tie for 4th place. And those schools have 41 points each. Frederick Smith and the St. Michael's School, they're both on 41 points, sitting in 4th. The top 3 among the boys, the Allen School, 49 points. They're in 3rd. In 2nd, Combamere with 54 points. And leading the boys, Queens College with 65 points.
Wow. So QC is leading.
Yes.
They accumulated some 10 points today.
Yeah.
Combamere accumulated 13. The St. Michael's School got 14. Now watch this. Harrison College earned 29 points today, guys, from 3 events. 29 points. St. Leonard's got 13 today. Christchurch Foundation got 11. The Lodge School, they accumulated 8 points today. So let's hear from the gentlemen before we start talking predictions and everything else. Let's hear again from Michael Small. Okay, so Michael is going to join us again. Let's take Orlando, the Allen School. Talk to us about the boys' chances. How do you think Allen is going to do in the boys? Who are your bright spots in the boys?
Well, again, we are just here to make life as uncomfortable as possible for those persons who occupy the upper echelons in track and field.
Orlando,
I love it.
Yes,
you are
sir.
a PE teacher, or are you representing the WLP?
Well, Was it WLP?
A politician.
No, sir. No, sir. I'm just telling you what our intentions are.
Let's hear
So, as I said, we will make life as uncomfortable as possible. And if they falter, well, we will be there to make good on their mistakes. As it pertains to our athletes, well, we have in the under 13 division, the Terry Levine, just
Yes.
fresh over from BSAC. He's been doing a pretty good
Yes.
job. We have Khalil Bryan in the
Brian.
under 15 division.
Khalil
Oh,
Bryan,
yes.
very
Among
good.
the under 17s, we have Azari Edie.
ED.
And then on the 20s, people like Taja Bishop. Um,
Yes.
we have a number of guys in that division. So as I said, we are pretty well stretched across all divisions. And we'll be there to rumble with the, as we say, we are small fish, but we'll be there to swim with the sharks.
Of course, yes. You're going into tomorrow with 49 points. Common Mirror, they're on 54. QC on 65. The St. Michael's School just behind you on 41. So that's just some 8 points. So, Gabriel, talk to us about the St. Michael's School plan for the boys' championship.
Well, our goals for the boys are different. We know the teams that we have both on both sides. Um, the depth with the boys, it's not our boys are not as deep as the girls' team,
Yes.
but we do have some outstanding athletes. Xavier, he would have done well in the throws for us. We have Aaron Messiah, who's going to be doing the jumps. We have young Ethan Linton and Mackay Greenwich, right? And we have Darren Skeet that we expect some good things from, right? So we do have some athletes sprinkled across the board, but we still expect our boys to do their best, right? We, like I said, we have different goals, but I know I know our boys are going to achieve the goal that they want to achieve.
Lovely.
Nice.
Lovely.
Nice.
So, gentlemen, if we start looking here at the finalists, and just to do a quick scan, beginning again with the girls in the 75-meter hurdles for junior girls. So, again, years ago, people would say springers' key to victory was the fact that they could carry 2 females in every final or in as many finals as possible. They always said that was the key.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's a numbers game if you have 2 in the event, and especially if you have 2 going into the event with the fastest and second fastest time, you're probably guaranteed 18 points, best case scenario. So we're going to do a quick glance here at some of the events so we can see where schools have 2 persons in the event. Starting with the junior girls 75-meter hurdles, the St. Michael's School, they have 2 in there.
Yeah.
No other school with 2. And if we look at the times, SMS comes in with the second fastest time. So you never know what can happen on the day, as we all know. But SMS with 2 in the junior girls. No other school has 2.
If you look in the under 17 division as well, Michael, you would see that SMS also has 2 in there. Liana Green and Michaela Blake.
Yes.
Liana Green coming in with the fastest time. Michaela Blake coming in. She ranked 7th.
Yes.
The Allen School also had 2 in there, 5th and 6th in terms of where they rank, but they have 2 as well. So St. Michael's School, they have 2. The Allen School, they have 2.
Now, remember, we are saying that the battle is going to be between the St. Michael's School and Combermere
Yes.
for the championship. I think we all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Good. No Combermerians are in the junior girls 75-meter hurdles. So SMS has the opportunity to gain some leverage there.
Yeah.
In the under 17 girls, 1 Combermerian in there. Going up now to the under 20s, Ian. Look at it. 2 Combermerians.
Yes.
And they're in the top 2. They have the 2 best times coming in. 1 from the St. Michael's School, who is ranking 6. So you see, things may balance
Yeah,
out,
they balance out.
a bit there. But the key to all of this, when we look at just the sprint hurdles and how many points the schools can accumulate, would be which school can score maximum points.
Yeah.
Because here, if Comamere gets 18 points in this, yes, that will be pretty solid for them. Let's look at the intermediate hurdles, the under 15 girls, 2 from Comamere, only 1 from the St. Michael's School. So again, you see Comamere has the opportunity to score double points versus SMS, 1 athlete. Ian, how about the under 17 girls in the 300-meter hurdles?
Let me take a look at that. So, in the under 17 girls, we have SMS with 2. Leanna Green.
Again.
But I thought we said this before.
No, that was the sprint hurdles. Now we got the 300-meter hurdles.
Oh, right.
Yes.
I'm now looking at the right thing.
Yes.
Sorry. So, Leanna Green, once again, she's qualifying with the fastest time. And Michaela Blake, she's in there as well. So they have 2. SMS have 2. The Comamere School, they have 2. Savannah Thorne and Crystal Bentham. Harrison College, they also have 2 in there as well.
Yes.
So there are 3 schools with 2 representatives.
And what I have noticed is in most of the under 20 girls, those events, I think for the hurdles events, you're finding this happening all the time. 2 from St. Michael, 2 from Comamere, 2 from Harrison College, and then 1 or 2 sprayed there. So just looking at, well, let's complete now the under 20 girls. Perry, what are we seeing here now with the under 20 girls?
In the under 20 girls, we have Comamere has 2 in there. St. Michael's School, they also have 2. We have some school that's playing spoiler. Christchurch Foundation, Princess Margaret is in there with Shadavia Millington. She can play a spoiler in a big way in the top 3. So, but again, maximum points.
Yes. So from what we are seeing here, we are seeing a lot of Comamere, SMS. So you know, that battle is gonna start just from those hurdles.
Yeah.
And we just looked at the sprint hurdles and the intermediate hurdles. We haven't even touched on the other events. Let's hear what these guys have to say about those hurdle events. Gentlemen, your thoughts.
I'll give away to Mr. Small.
The hurdles,
We
I'm
have
surprised
another
that Gabriel didn't want to
person
get that.
joining us. Mr. Phillips. Oh, yes, Mr. Phillips.
Good night,
The
gentlemen.
Lodge School is in the house. Mr. Phillips,
Happy
thank
to
you
be
for
here.
joining us. We were just discussing the points. The Lodge School currently in 7th in the girls with 28 points. In the boys, they are in 13th, tied with 16 points. So we want to hear from you. What is the plan for the Lodge School? After doing so well in the zone, now you're in the final. What is the plan for the Lodge School?
Well, first of all, let me say I want to express condolences on behalf of Jonathan Chase, his
Yes.
family. You know, it was a very sad morning for us.
Oh, yes.
And the athletes, we've all decided that everything we do will be in his honor over the next
Lovely.
2 days.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Right? So that's first and foremost. So we want to thank all those persons who have expressed their sympathy over the past few hours. Right. So what we want to do? Well, we're going there. We're going to look to get every point that we possibly can. Where we're supposed to get 1, we're going to try and get 2. Where we're supposed to get 3, we'll look to get 5, and try to
Lovely.
end up somewhere at the top of the table by the end of the 2 days. We're
Okay,
having a plan where we're trying to get back to where we used to be, and so far this year has been going pretty well.
Yes. Yes, we know that. We know how Old Scholars operate in Barbados, and I know that the Lodge School Old Scholars had the PE department under some pressure because they want to see Lodge School back up in the picture. What is ironic, though, on Friday last week, on that show, The History of Barbados, there's a show on Starcom Don't know the exact name of it.
Today in Beijing history.
Today in Beijing history. On that day, last Friday, they talked about Lodge School winning in 1952. Lodge School won the inter-school sports at Kensington Oval, and they said that that was one of the biggest gatherings they had. Persons were there representing, not only representing the school, but cheering on and supporting. But that I found to be very ironic on that day in Beijing history back in 1952. But nevertheless, tell us some of your bright sparks in the girls and the boys. Who should we look forward to seeing?
Well, once you see somebody out there in large colors, look for them. At this point, I don't really want to pinpoint any particular persons, put too much pressure on them. But, I think everybody in the team is looking to improve. Our aim is to go there and get a personal best. Once you get a personal best, we're happy. And, we think that we have some good juniors, so we're hoping that they can go on in the future and restore the law school to where it really should be, at the top of track and field, somewhere up there with the big guns.
Okay, lovely. Gentlemen, we just talked about the hurdles, the sprint hurdles, the intermediate hurdles. What are your thoughts about those events? How do you think the points are going to go?
That question is for me, or?
That's for everyone. Who cares?
Oh,
Whoever wants to take it
Michael,
on.
these guys are coming to win, Everybody there is coming to win,
I think no one wants to let out their secrets.
For the hurdles, the points are going to even out for the hurdles. You were just calling 2-2, 2-1, right? But hurdles, you can't really count hurdle points because anything can happen with hurdles,
Yes,
right?
we know
So
that too well.
we tend not to count hurdle points. We just look to get bodies back into the finals, and then we hope for the best. And that is the thing about hurdles. And I'm speaking as a former hurdler, right? Even in college, we would never count our hurdle points because one mishap could change everything in a hurdle race,
You are so correct,
right?
Gabriel.
But we just like everyone else, we just want everyone to do their best, and we want everyone to be injury free. And for us, that's the most important thing.
Okay. Any other comments from you
I,
guys?
I concur. I
I
concur
agree
with
with
everything there. I remember the great Gail Devers on the hurdles. So,
Yes. Oh,
like Gabriel
yes.
said, we always I know you hold your breath during hurdle events. So we take that one very cautiously.
Well, let's talk about the sprints then. Let's talk about the sprints. Looking at the girls, the under 13 girls, again, I know that people always hope, you guys always hope that you get some outstanding under 13s. The best of the lot in the under 13 girls is a young lady by the name of Decacia Waif. She's from the Christchurch Foundation School. Then we have Aline Toussaint of Combermere. She's also one to watch. Young lady from Springer Memorial. Those three have run sub 14 seconds. None of the others. Your thoughts on the under 13 girls 100 meters?
I don't like to put pressure on the under 13s. It's their first meet, and for them it's to learn the experience. We want them to go out there and give up the best, because at that under 13 age, a lot of pressure can be placed on you, and we don't want to be under pressure. As I said, we come to competitions to win, but our main aim is our athletes performing well, doing well. Like somebody said earlier, we were in a stage a couple of years ago where we felt we had to restore the Combermere pride, the Combermere legacy. And when Mr. Murray came to the school about 6-7 years ago, that was our mandate. I think we've achieved it. I would like to see Common Mare retain a top three position in both boys and girls for another 5 to 6, possibly 7 years. So I don't really want to focus on the under 13s too much because, as I said, for them it's a new experience. Coming to a new school, you were the big fish at your small primary school, and now you come to a big secondary school, and a lot of other fish floating about the place. So whatever we get in that under 13, we are happy. We'll be happy.
Hmm. Okay. The under 15 girls. I can see a battle brewing. I want I want this young man for the Allen School to talk about Rajada Hines. She comes in with a 12.36 seconds. We also have Taylor Ray Wiggins of Queens College and Sarama James of the St. Michael School. Think we're gonna have a good battle between those three young ladies in the under 15 category. Your thoughts there, Mr. Walks?
Well, first of all, I just want you to note that Regina Hines is of the Allen School and not from Foundation, as you would have said on the live stream a couple of days ago. So just note that she's from Allen School.
Okay,
Yeah, she's been.
I can tell you what happened there, Mr. Walks.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we are aware, but I think the record has shown Christchurch Foundation next to her name, which we got change. So
Right.
but thanks
So once the
for
record is clear, we can proceed.
yes.
Right. Yeah. She's been running well all season, and we expect her to do well. You also noted a couple other young ladies from other schools, and yeah, we look forward to the competition and the rivalry, and may the best young lady win.
Mr. Phillips.
Well,
Any
as you can go ahead.
any large school students to look forward to in the under 15 girls
Uh,
sprints?
Sprints, well, there's a Tahira Clark. She's doing well. Outside of that, we don't have a big contingent in there, but as I said, we're in a situation where we're looking to really rebuild the program. We have Jaquan Beckles who's doing some really good work. I want to give him the credit for what he's doing. So we're hoping this year to be a good year, and next year to be even a better year. We're working on a program that is going to take us in the next 4 or 5 years. So this is year one really. So we're taking it very cautiously, and we're happy with once the students are out there giving all on the track and on the field. We're happy with that at this time.
Lovely. Ian,
Yes.
let's look at the under 17 girls in the 100 meters.
So
What will be the fireworks in this event?
Crystal Bentham of the Common Mare School certainly comes in with the fastest time. She clocks some 12.53 seconds. Should also look out for Alexis Maskell
Oh, yes.
from Leicester Vaughan and Jazara Levine of Queen's College. Those three young ladies run sub 13. The record, though, is sub 12. And it's interesting that we're not seeing any sub 12 times.
Yes. And I want to ask this question to the four gentlemen because there are some event areas which we spoke about where we find that the performances, and not even talking about records or anything, but what is the expected performance from an under 17, for example, in a specific event? What are your thoughts on that? What have you found? Do you think that they are on par, or do you think that there's some work to be done? Maybe you can select an event where you see that some work needs to be done, or it is on par. You talk to us. Tell us.
All right, first, let me go back. Let's give you a little correction. It's Sarima James, not Sarama. Right?
Mm-hmm.
She's the under 15 girl. As far as the performances, right? We were talking about the 100, and my colleague Mr. Walks, he didn't want it to be known that Rajada Hines actually won the 100-meter at nationals for the under 17 girls.
Nice.
So we had the first from under 15 that is the fastest under 17 girl,
Yes.
right? So she's one to look out for in the future. In terms of the times, yes, we would all love to see um, the under 17s running faster. But if you look at how things has been, how things have been in the last couple of years, without having a track, now getting back a track, the limited time that you have to train on the track and stuff, we know that we have some catching up to do. But I think that the coaches have been doing an excellent job, and we're gradually seeing the times come back down to where it's respectable. So I think just with time and the coaches putting in the work, which they have been doing, I think the coaches have been doing an outstanding job. And we're seeing some good, healthy competition. So I think that once things continue to progress, we're going to get back to where we what we're accustomed seeing with the 11 points and stuff in the sprints. We will get back there.
Any other thoughts?
Yes, I think that even though we've come out of the COVID situation, there's still some catching up to do there for some athletes who have not had that type of training that would have been important to their development at that stage. So I think there's still I know I tell our athletes now we're in post-COVID, but I think there's still some effect of not having those couple of years, preparation and developmental work going in. So I think that there are good coaches in Barbados, and I believe that we will get back to where we were and where we really want to be with track and field.
Okay, great. Let's look at the 400 meters, gentlemen. The fours were contested today.
The preliminaries.
The preliminaries, and we have the finalists for the 400 meters. Perry, let's look at the on the 13 girls.
The under 13 girls, that's Janae Squires of Spring Memorial. She has the fastest time. Also in the Queens Colleges, Araya Kerwin and Christchurch Foundation, Anaya Prescott. Those are the top three. So wrong, that's not right. There's Caleb Rogers of Queens College. She has the fastest time, sorry. And then there's Serena Hope of Harrison College. And the other Harrison College athlete, that is Kyla Holder. Those are the top three. And they're going to be seated in the middle lanes tomorrow.
And again, in the under 13 girls 400 meters, there's no Combermere, there's no St. Michael in this particular event. Christchurch Foundation has an opportunity to score some points. Harrison College, they have two in there, an opportunity to score double points in that event. If we look at the under 15 girls, Ian, two St. Michael's in there.
Yeah, Christchurch Foundation also has two in there as well. And should be very keen competition. The fastest qualifier, based on what I'm seeing here in front of me, looks like Jadea Scott. Hope I'm pronouncing that
Jada.
right. Jada Scott of the St. Michael School.
Is
yes.
it Jada?
Yeah, Jada.
Gabriel?
Jada Scott.
Jada Scott, right.
Right.
Yes.
So she is the one to beat, so to speak. So we'll see how things play out.
The under 17 girls now, we have some promise there for Combermere. Shanicia Bryan, she comes in with the fastest time. And Savannah Thorne is also in there. So Combermere has a shot at double points. The St. Michael School, they also have a shot at double points in the under 17 girls 400. And if we look at the under 20 girls 400 meters, again, SMS with two, Christchurch Foundation with two, Combermere with two. So that's the scenario for the girls. A quick look at the boys. We're going to be winding down shortly. The under 13 boys leading that pack should be actually Greenwich of the St. Michael School and Natari Levine of the Allen School. Those two. No one from Christchurch Foundation is in the boys' final. St. Michael is in there. Allen, Harrison College, yes, they're in the mix. The under 15 boys. I like the lad Khalil Bryan.
Yes, he's
from
nice.
the Allen School. He comes in with a 53.65. All things being equal, I believe that Bryan is going to win that event.
Yes, St. Michael's in there for some points as well.
Yes, Christchurch Foundation, Noah Combamere in the under 15 boys 400-meter final. If we move to the under 17 boys, so Zachary Wall of Harrison College, gentlemen, he comes in with the best time, 49.74.
The only sub 50 runner.
Yes, and again, no one from Combamere, no one from the St. Michael's School. There are two runners. Now, we didn't mention Aiden Moore, but I understand he had a slight injury. So he probably played it safe today. We'll see how things will work out for him in that final. But Harrison College has the opportunity to get double points in that under 17 boys 400 meters. Yeah. No Combamere in there, no Christchurch Foundation, no St. Michael.
The law school
the
is
law
there.
school with one guy in there. So, and looking at the under 20 boys, again, no Combamere in there. Aline has one lad in there. Alexandra.
St. George has two, and they have the two fastest qualifiers.
St. George has two good lads in there. No SMS. So, you see how things are looking.
Yeah, balancing out the ebb and flow, ebb and flow.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, gentlemen, we're getting ready for two really, really exciting days of track and field.
Predictions for the boys.
Oh, yes. Yes.
They will give you predictions for the boys, gentlemen. I'm interested to hear your predictions. I'm not going to go first. I'm asking the question.
Oh, okay. But I have already said that the boys is going to be a tussle.
Yes.
A tussle. I am not even going to try to call the champion in the boys. I think the St. Michael School is going to get up in that mix. The Allen School is going to be fighting Combamere, Harrison College, Lodge.
I think we have the same picks. The law school, for me, the Allen School is going to factor in there as well. Like you said, Michael, Combamere, we pretty much on the same page.
Yes, I think those 5 schools are going to be going, and I think the boys' championship will again go down to the relays. The law schools, Michael School, Allen School, Combamere, Harrison College, those are the key players in this one. Yeah. They're going to have some spoilers in between there as well, but however, I think those 5 teams, those 5 schools are going to take it right down to the relays, and when the dust settles, we will see which school will be the champion of the boys.
And talking about relays, this is going to be very, very important. The relays. So if we look at the under 13 girls relay, so when we start thinking about that girls' championship, the St. Michael School is in there, no Combamere. But St. Michael is in there.
Yes.
Harrison College, Christchurch Foundation, they're in the mix. No Allen either.
No, correct.
Okay. Under 15 girls, the St. Michael, Allen,
No Combamere.
no Combamere.
No Combamere.
So that's 2 relays with no Combamere. Under 17 girls, Combamere is there, Christchurch Foundation is there.
St. Michael is there.
The St. Michael School
Allen
is
is
in
there.
there. Allen is in there. And the under 20 girls 4x1, again, Combamere, Allen, St. Michael, Christchurch Foundation in the mix. And the 4x4, same story, Combamere, Allen, St. Michael, Christchurch Foundation, Harrison College in there.
So where they lose in the younger, lower divisions, they're going to make up in the upper divisions.
Yeah.
So some interesting scenarios there. Of course, as we always say in sport, it is what you do on the day. That's what matters, on the day. I remember coaching Janelle Innes, Sheena Goodin, and Shirlene Williams, and they were preparing for Carifta in Jamaica. And they came to me with this paper and said, I don't know if Gabriel remembers this, and they came with a paper and said, Coach, look how fast the Jamaican girls running. The under 17 girls running 4:43. And they took the paper from them and they tore it up and they told them, don't ever bring me no paper. I don't want to see what is on the paper. I am training y'all to run a specific time. Let's see if the Jamaican girls can produce that. And lo and behold, we went to Jamaica and we beat the Jamaican girls in Jamaica. Yes, so it's what happens on the day. So gentlemen, your final thoughts before we wind down. I know you guys want to go and get your rest and get yourselves. It's going to be a long day tomorrow and Friday. So let's get your final thoughts. Let's begin with the defending champions, the Combermere School, Mr. Michael Small.
I expect 2 days of some very keen competition. I expect that this will possibly be one of the keenest Bssacs we've had in a long time. And as I said, keen competition. Once Combermere athletes execute the way I expect them to execute, we should be in the money somewhere along the line.
Excellent. Gabriel Burnett, the St. Michael's School.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. We expect to do well, and we think our athletes are prepared. They're in the right frame of mind, and we just want to go and execute, put their best foot forward. I always tell them, the glory is theirs. Any other issues they have is all on me. So we just want to stay healthy, have fun doing what they're doing, and wish them all the best.
Well said.
Lovely. Mr. Clifton Phillips, the Lodge School.
Well, I concur with what has been said before. I think it's going to be a very interesting meet. And I think the team who makes the least number of mistakes will probably come out on top. And I'm hoping that I'll be around that team that makes those least mistakes. But I want to wish all the other gentlemen here and all the other coaches, all the best, all the good health, and let's hope that it come right down to those relays, as you said, and may the best person, the best team, the best school over the last 2 days become the champions.
Well said.
Excellent. And the youngest in the bunch, Mr. Walks.
Well, as the guy said, I expect some keen competition over the next couple of days. Best of luck to you guys and all the best of the athletes. Work hard, go there, work hard. But as I said earlier, we are here to make y'all as uncomfortable as possible. If you drop the ball, for sure, you know that Alice will catch the ball and run with it. So don't drop the ball.
Lovely, I love it.
And you're doing a good job of that right now, sir.
Just to piggyback on what Mr. Phillips said just now, he said he hopes it comes down to the relays. Well, that is what we're hoping, because we got all 8 teams in the relays.
I'm not hearing you so well, Gabriel. I want you to repeat. I didn't hear what you said.
Listen, just to piggyback on what Mr. Phillips said, he said he hopes it comes down to the relays. And that is what we are hoping for also, because we have all teams in the relays. I think we're the only school with all 8 teams in the relays. So that is exactly what we're hoping for.
Strategy.
Good. Excellent. Gentlemen, we really want to thank you for taking some time out. I know you guys had a long day today. You got 2 more long days to come. And we really want to thank you for joining us here on Sports BB to just have a preview of the next couple of days to give us your thoughts. Ian, your final thoughts?
I'm looking forward, as the coaches have said, to a keen competition. Looking forward as well to this young man, Jaden Green from Christchurch Foundation. We didn't get a chance to look at some of the outstanding performances in terms of record breakers and so on, but I am looking forward to seeing him do some damage when his turn comes to run on the track. But I'm definitely looking forward to keen competition over the next 2 days.
Perry?
Yes, I agree with Ian. Also, we saw some mishaps or some misperformances in the zones from the young man from the law school, Haynes, and we saw today when he actually qualified top of the field coming in his heat. So again, as I like to tell my children, iron sharpens iron, pressure bursts pipes. So we're going to see what it comes down to, who has the best heart, who really has the strongest will, and this is going to go right down, especially in the boys. This is going to go right down to the relay. This is going to go down to the wire. So it's exciting times tomorrow and Friday. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, well, you guys have said it all. I too can't wait for tomorrow. Can't wait for BSAC 2025 finals to really get going on the track and also on the field. And I want to wish all those gentlemen and all the other coaches, physical education teachers, and especially the athletes, all the very best as they look to bring home glory for their various schools. And we will see in 2 days who will become the 2025 Barbados Secondary Schools Athletic Championship champions.
Yeah, I want to say to these coaches here, these PT teachers, that you've been doing an excellent job over the years. And we've been seeing the progress, we've been seeing the development, we've been seeing people establishing themselves as dynasties in Bssac. Continue to do what you're doing, and we hope that you are going to be an inspiration to the other PE teachers to continue to push and do well. Congratulations to you guys. You've been doing an excellent job over the years, and we're looking forward to see what products you're going to produce tomorrow and Friday and in 2026.
Okay, so on behalf of Ian Webster and Perry Barnett, Michael Jules, and to the entire Sports BB team, the technical crew, Jamar, Als, Leslie Jackman, and of course, the boss, Stephen Williams. We're signing off, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow morning, where our coverage will begin at 10 a.m. Have a good evening.
Life is about choices. Some are more important than others. But the truth is, our journey through life allows us to make better choices with each passing day. It helps when you're surrounded by those who can make a positive difference in your life. It helps when you have family that care about you and are there for you no matter what comes your way. We cannot promise a life free of problems, and we certainly can't promise you that you won't face challenges. What we can promise you is that no matter what, your COB family will be there for you every step of the way.
City of Bridgetown, cooperative credit union, measuring success.